Sally Borealis here. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for subscribing. You're joining me for a very special estate unboxing. One of my Canadian viewers, her name is Sue, she sent me a full box of estate jewelry that came from her neighbor. She took care of her neighbor in the last couple years of her life. It was so sweet of her. And, you know, she shared with me, the neighbor's name was Patricia. She shared with me a little bit about Patricia's life. Patricia never married and didn't have any children. She really loved her parents and she really loved animals. So all the jewelry is for sale and 25% of the proceeds are going to an animal charity. Sue is also a jewelry collector and she sent me a portion of her jewelry as well. So I can't wait to dig in here. Ooh. Now she, you know, like I said, she does really love her jewelry. So she's gone through a lot of these and kind of identified and things like that, which is great. It saves me time on doing research. So let's see what we have here. This looks like a needle point. I pulled one of these out of a box recently and they're so amazing because somebody really took the time to do the stitching on these. This looks like a set. Hitty needlepoint floral necklace and screw-on earrings. There we go. Let's see if there's any markings on these. It doesn't look like it. I think these are probably going to be magnetic. Let's see. Yes, these are magnetic. But, you know, if you really get your magnification and look at that, you can tell that these are hand sewn. Now, I don't do needlepoint, but I hear the difference is the petty point is much smaller and finer than the needlepoint. And I've also learned that when you have petty point and then you marry it with the stitching of needlepoint, that needlepoint stitching is then called gross point. It's all very French. So if anyone knows if I'm looking at petty point or needlepoint, please put it in the comments. Really a work of art. I'm going to do $8 on this set with 25% going to charity. This box is truly packed. This says various shell necklaces and charms and a 10-carat ring. Let's check it out. This one looks like a little butterfly. That might be sterling. Let's see. This feels very old. And it's non-magnetic. Let's see what she had to say again here. Small necklaces plus charms and a, oh, that's not shell, small. Various small necklaces plus charms and a 10-carat ring. I bet this is sterling. So the necklace itself and the pendant are both stamped STER. So they're definitely sterling. The stones are probably rhinestone, but I want to get my Presidium out just to double check. Okay, let's see what the Presidium says on these now that it's warmed up a little bit. We're getting like a little bit of movement, so I would say this is probably like a quartz. You know, it's definitely not diamond, but it's reading gemstone. So I would definitely say this is quartz, which is nice. I expected those to be more of like a rhinestone or crystal or, you know, some type of glass, but it's nice that it's actually a gemstone. I'm going to do $10 on this necklace and pendant. Okay. This feels like it's a crystal heart with little bitty rhinestones attached to the top of it. But let me check the bail and see if there's anything on it. And then I'm going to check the chain as well. Let's find out if it's magnetic. It's, oh, that part is, but the rest of it is not. Let's take a peek. So the back of this is stamped 925 RS. I didn't find anything to attribute the RS mark. It's very pretty. I'm just going to double check this with my Presidium to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, that's definitely like a glass or crystal. The clasp is magnetic, but I think the chain is sterling, so I'm going to test it. The chain does test as sterling, which I'll show you in a minute, but I first want to give you a price on it. I can do $12 for this crystal and sterling pendant with sterling chain. Oh, this is like a little handprint. Let's see what it says. Non-magnetic. This says Our Angel 2009. So it looks like it like represents maybe the year a child was born or maybe the year someone passed. Very sweet, very sweet. Oh, look, there's another one. What does this say? This is similar. This says Mom, 1936 to 2009. So I wonder if this was Patricia's mother. And this does say 925. So this is probably sterling over gold plate. And they look very similar. So they could even be the same company, but we can test them. Let's see if there's any others that look similar. Okay. So this one we know is stamped. It's stamped MHC 925. I don't know what the MHC is, but we'll test those. Okay, we're gonna test this chain. The clasp is magnetic, but I don't know if I think the chain might be sterling. So we're just gonna do a little rubbing on the chain just to see. These chains are hard to rub. It's a little bit. And then this is the one that was stamped 925 that looks kind of similar to this one that is not stamped at all. So I'm going to test this one that's not stamped and just see. Just use the 18K solution and see what we have. Oh, yes. So the chain, you can see, has that bluish white color, and then the pendant also is turning bluish white. So both of these are sterling with gold overlay. You know, I looked at these a little bit closer, and I think one is Patricia's mother's handprint and the other might be her thumbprint. Because these are so personalized and sentimental, and everyone that they would be sentimental for has already passed, so there's no one to really give them to, I'm just going to hold off on selling them. This is probably gold filled. I know there's a name for that. I don't see any marks on it. It's a sweet little pendant though, very clean. When I first started sorting estate jewelry in 2016, I would come across these pieces and I always thought that they were like modern, made with glitter or something. And then I read somewhere what they actually are. It's a material called goldstone, which was actually invented in the 1600s in Italy. It can also be called aventurine glass, and it is a glass, and what makes it the color and the sparkle is that it usually has bits of copper in it. I'm going to do $2 on this little pendant. Oh, here's another one that matches. It's another needlepoint pendant. It doesn't quite match that set, so I'm going to sell it by itself, and I'll do $2 on this pretty little hand-sewn pendant. Ooh, is this another one? Let's see what this one is. Very sweet. This is very old. Look at that clasp. That's an older style clasp right there. Usually these are not precious metal. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Please correct me if I'm not. I believe it's guilloche enamel work. This is a technique where you engrave metal in a repeating pattern and then cover it with enamel so the pattern really pops. The technique was invented in the 1880s by the legendary Peter Carl Fabergé, who designed the Russian Fabergé eggs. This vintage pendant and necklace is Victorian, and I'm going to do $12 on it. Let's see what this one is. It's a little maybe anklet. Very delicate, very petite. This is a 10 karat bracelet, stamped 10K. Let's see what this little pendant is. The pendant is also stamped 10K. I believe this is the Aquarius sign on the zodiac. What do you all think? Now the clasp is stamped 10K and this little ring is stamped 10K. VSN, and the other side is stamped Canada. This is the first time I've seen a real gold jewelry piece with a Canada stamp on it. This piece weighs 1.4 grams total in 10K, and the bracelet is 7 inches from end to end, and I'm going to do $110 on it. And remember, 25% goes to an animal charity. Wow, that's a unique ring. That is probably gold. She did say that there was a 10K ring in here. Yeah, that's stamped 10 karat. Let's get a size on that. That's like a 6.25, 6.5. With a unique little design. This 10 karat ring weighs 2.5 grams and is a size 6.25, and I'm going to do $95 on it. Wow, look at that stone. This feels like sterling. Non-magnetic. That's non-magnetic. Let's investigate this one. They're both stamped 925, the pendant and the necklace. I want to see if this reads as anything. No, that's glass. So this is just a large like CZ stone, and it looks like they went over it with like an Aurora Borealis treatment. I'm going to do $18 on this sterling pendant and necklace. And then I'm just going to go through everything that was left in that baggie. The first is this iridescent pendant on a costume silver tone chain. I believe it's glass. The second is this pearl pendant on a chain that's gold filled, it's stamped gold filled. And then we have this little pendant with clear colored crystals. And then we have this other pendant silver toned on a silver tone necklace. So all of these are costume, except for the gold filled chain. Oh, and then there's 2 other silver tone costume necklaces. And I'm just going to do all of these together, and we're going to say $5 for everything, including the gold filled necklace. 4 women's gold rings, 10 to 14 karat. Wow. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to look at markings. This one says WAL 14K. Let's use the Presidium and see what those stones are. Oh yeah, we have I think they'll probably all test diamond. Yes, we have a 14 karat with 3 diamonds ring, and we're going to use our measure. This ring looks like it's about a 5.5. It looks like it's kind of an older style, maybe engagement or even part of a wedding set, possibly. So there's that one. That was number 1 of the 4 rings. These 3 diamonds appear to be brilliant cut, and the prong setting appears to be a white gold, where the rest of the ring is a yellow gold. And it's a vintage ring, and I'm going to do $275 on this ring. It's really pretty, and remember, 25% of that goes to an animal charity in Pat's name. This one also says 14 karat. This is a white gold. Oh, let's get this on camera. Yep. Diamond. I'm sure all of these are diamond, if that one is. Let's see. Oh. Yep, all of them, even the side one, diamonds. This is a little cluster ring, diamond cluster ring, 14 karat white gold. If you can get a look at the band. The band is, it's not like a solid band. It has like fluting on it. It's very pretty. It's a very, very sweet diamond ring. This one is a size 5.5, and I had trouble getting a picture of the marking, but it is stamped 14 karat. This vintage ring has 9 diamonds and is set in white gold, and I'm going to do $345 with 25% of it going to an animal charity. So we have 2 14 karat diamond rings. Let's see about this one. This says 10 karat. It looks like there's a stone in the center and then 2 smaller stones. Let's see if this is diamond. Yes. Let's see if I can get on those smaller stones. Yes. If the center is diamond, then probably the other 2 are. This looks like really an older style ring. Look at what the setting looks like. And then this one is, this one's like 5.25. This looks to me like an engagement ring, and given that Pat didn't marry, this probably belonged to her mother. One of my jewelry identification groups said this is from the 1940s, and it's stamped Guild, which they also said is the maker of the ring. For this 10 karat 3 diamond engagement ring from the 1940s, I'm going to do $275. Then let's check our last one, which is like 5.25. But let's see what this last one is. This one also says 14 karat, and it has 3 very, very tiny little chips in there that also test as diamond. I'm thinking this one may be a wedding band, and I'm going to do $250 for this 14 karat 3 diamond band. In taking a closer look, it seems the engagement ring and this wedding band might go together. So if you wanted to buy them together, items number 13 and 14, I'll do $485 for the set. So these are our 4 diamond and gold rings. Wow, it is just such a treat going through all of these vintage things. It's way different to go through estate jewelry versus jewelry that I've gotten, in a Shop Goodwill or Goodwill box, because it's special when you know who owned the pieces, and we're wanting to really give Patricia honor and reverence about her life, and also the things that were important to her. So we're donating 25% of all the proceeds to an animal or organization, because animals were near and dear to Patricia's heart. This one has a little bit of paperwork with it. Genova. I love when things have paperwork with them. Wow, this is old by the prices that are listed. Expansion bracelet, $1. To replace the round crystal, 75 cents. I don't really see a year, but hopefully maybe we'll get some more information off of this one here. Sheffield guarantee. Oh, they didn't put the date of purchase, but that's okay. I might do a little research on it. Wow, that's really pretty. So this is Waldman. This is a Waldman pocket watch. But I love all the design around here, and it looks like it's in good shape. I did wind it, and it appears to be keeping time, but I can't guarantee that it does. The chain on this is costume. The back of this box says Lampson's Toledo, and I looked it up. So it was a very large department store in Toledo, Ohio that was built in 1928. I'm going to try to get some more information. It seems like it might be winding. It looks like it's hardly been used. It's just in beautiful condition. A lot of the times you can kind of pop the back off of these. I might have to fool around with it, and they'll have a lot of information in there. I didn't bother taking the back off because, this isn't like a high value watch. So I didn't want to fool with it and possibly break it. So I'm going to do $12 on this pocket watch. I am a little taken aback at how much Sue sent me. I wonder how much this weighed. I'm going to weigh this real quick. So this box is just under 10 pounds of goodness. Gold necklace and bracelet. And I know, because I did a video call with Sue before she sent the box to me, and she told me that there's a Sherman piece in here. So I can't wait to see it. I didn't want her to reveal too much. She was so excited to show me some of these pieces. And I do like the element of like surprise on my unboxings. So I did look at a couple pieces she showed me, and then I left, a lot of it just for me to be surprised by. So I can't wait to get to the Sherman piece. But let's see what we have here. Gold necklace and bracelet. This is very beautiful. It feels very well made too. It's like there's a delicateness to it. But let's see if it's gold plated or what we have. Oh, you know what? I bet that's sterling with a gold. I can just kind of tell, but let's see. It's non-magnetic. It appears that there are little bitty side-by-side stones, but it's actually how they made the sterling that has it look like stones, but it's not. There aren't any stones. It does say 925. So this is a vermeil sterling diamond illusion bracelet. I'm going to do $18 on the bracelet. Let's see what this one is. Clasp is magnetic. The necklace is not. It's a pendant with a center stone and 3 tiny ones. I'm going to see if this has any information on it. Non-magnetic. Okay. So this part of the chain is stamped 10 karat because this is non-magnetic. I think that little part, there's probably some mechanism in there that is magnetic. But the rest of the necklace is non-magnetic, and it's a 10 karat, and it's got this pretty little kind of twisted look to it. I remember when this style was popular. And then this appears to be stamped 14 karat. So I'm going to test those stones. That would be a very large diamond if that's a real diamond. Let's check it out here. Wow, that is a diamond. So this is a 14 karat pendant with a very large diamond and then 3 smaller diamonds on a 10 karat 16-inch necklace. That's gorgeous. Patricia, that's gorgeous. I think Patricia is watching us do the video, and I hope she's smiling that we're taking such care with her items. And if you're a pet lover and you want to honor Patricia, send me an email if there's anything you like that you would like to own, knowing the provenance of who owned it before. For this 14 karat pendant with 4 diamonds and a 10 karat twist necklace, I'm going to do $295, and that is a steal of a deal given the size of that diamond. We have only just begun on this box. These look like maybe sterling. It's a set. Non-magnetic. Take a peek at it. All of this is non-magnetic, but I don't see any markings at all on any of it. The only thing I see is one of these earring backs say Coro gold filled, but the earring backs don't match. So I suspect the one that was added that says Coro is not part of this. I don't think this is a Coro set. I tested this set. The green stones are glass. The white stones test as spinel, and it's non-precious metal. So I'm just going to do this pretty little set for $12. Let's see what this is. Small gold necklace and pendant. I think I see some pretty amethyst in here. Wow. Look how beautiful that is. This is a lavalier pendant. The main characteristic of a lavalier is that it finishes in a single dangling stone off the base. Wow, that's really, really gorgeous. It's very kind of Art Nouveau. Non-magnetic. Look at that clasp too. This is called a tube and tongue clasp. It came into use in the mid 1800s into the early 1900s. The height of popularity for lavaliers was the early 1900s, so I think this is probably an antique piece. It's not moving, unfortunately. No, it's not moving at all. Let me see if there's any markings. Okay, that's a little unusual because the marking on this says 10 karat. So I would think this would be a gemstone. The surround is stamped 10K and it's so beautiful. It's really, really so beautiful. Let me see about the rest of the necklace. Oh, yeah, there is a marking on the back of that. It's stamped 10K ZK. This is a real special piece. You just don't see many of these often. This is an antique turn of the century 10 karat chain with a tube and tongue clasp with a 10 karat gold Art Nouveau lavalier that has faceted amethyst colored glass. Given the age and the terrific condition of this piece, I'm going to do $275. We have this set. She did show me this set, but I don't remember if it was branded or not. Let's find out. Let's see what she says. Oh, it's a Coro. Marked Coro set, brooch, clip-on necklace, bracelet, possibly glow lucite. Ah, moon glow. Oh yeah, it's a full set. We have the brooch. This is a lucite thermoset confetti. Yeah, the earrings are marked. And then we have the bracelet. And then here is the necklace. It's incredibly rare to have a full Peru set. So I'm going to do this set for $45 for everything. Various earrings. So I'm assuming these are probably mostly costume, but I just investigate everything. I really do. Just to double check and make sure. Just some little gold and silver toned clips. Here's a pair of blue and silver toned enamel dangles. We have these gold hoops. Ew, we have these dreamy kind of faux tiger's eye. See if there's any marks on these. It doesn't look like it, but those are super cute. Kind of moon glowy tiger's eye. I think they're glass. Here's a pair of cute enamel earrings. These are large. I think they're hearts. I do want to see if these are gold. These could be, but let's, oh no, those are magnetic. But I want to check the backs on these. Oh, they're not attached. Do you see the movement in these? One of the backs is stamped Avon and the other is not. The other is silver, one's gold. I would have to wonder if these are Avon. Little dangle earrings. We have some gold tone flower earrings. There's another pair of hoops, gold hoops. We have a pair of silver dangles. We have these little guys. These are like little reefs. Look at that style. It's a unique earring. They're screw back. I don't see any marks though. Very cute though. We have this little pair, and then we had a pair of stud earrings and a single earring. And then sometimes these that string through your ear are gold, but let's see what we have. Yes, these are stamped 10 karat. So I'm gonna do these delicate threader style earrings for $95. What else do we have? Wow, look at that one. Fancy Chinese bracelet. Wow, it has scenes. I could see why she called it a Chinese bracelet. How special. And then it has all this kind of lacy work on it too. Let's see where the clasp is. Here we go. That's beautiful. This is an open work Chinese figural panel bracelet, and I think it's modern, so I'm going to do $12 on this bracelet. This one looks a little older just from the stones. Sue said this one had a mark on it, but let's check it. I don't see a mark on it. I don't see what Sue was seeing. There is a little bit of something like right there, but it's not a mark. It's like something on the metal. And the stones themselves, you can see it's older because they're yellowed, which means the glue on them has aged. All the stones are intact on this brooch. It just might need a little cleanup with the glue. I'm going to do $5 on this. Here are 2 pair of earrings. One is a pair of Monet butterfly earrings. The earring backs are both stamped Monet, which leads me to believe these are probably on the original cardstock. And I'm going to do $4 on these earrings. These earrings are unmarked, but look like they're in new condition. So all the stones are there. I'm just going to do $1 on them. Oh, wow. This bag looks fun. Let's see. What's in this little brooch bag? 17 miscellaneous pins unknown. Wow, we have a very large starfish brooch. This, or it could be, yeah, it could just be a star. Like you could wear that for Christmas maybe. No markings on that one. I wish these brooches were marked. It's like such works of art, and then, nope, we didn't sign it. Oh, this is another needlepoint. I wonder what that image is. It took me a minute. I think it's an image of a cat with a collar, an orange collar, and there's a kitten next to the cat, and they're maybe drinking out of a bowl. Because it has such a unique image on it, I'm going to do $16 on this brooch. This is like a scarf clip. Ah, how pretty. Oh, I bet this is a 1928. You can tell I've been collecting 1928 jewelry on my adventures because, you know, all 1928 jewelry was really unsigned. But you can identify it because it has this particular pattern on the back. And I noticed online that, you know, 1928 jewelry can do decent. And if you sell them together as a lot, they typically go for a really good price. And because they're unbranded, thrift stores sell 1928 jewelry for like $1 or $2 because they don't know how to attribute it. But if you know what you're looking at, you can collect enough of it to put it together as a lot and make a nice profit. I'm going to do $18 on this 1928 ivy wreath brooch with AB stones. Look at this little, oh, it's missing its stone, unfortunately. We're going to put just a little craftsy, you know, bag or jar together if anybody wants any of the broken pieces. I wish that little stone was in there. He was probably super cute, whatever was in him. Ooh, this one's like a little leather turtle. Oh, look at that one. It's a second turtle, leather turtle. This is a bow brooch with a rhinestone. Sometimes in the stamping process, they stamp so much that the stamp mark just doesn't transfer well, but it looks like this one was signed at some point, that they attempted to sign it, but, you know, we don't really know what brand that is. Oh, that's a holiday. Pretty bells. Looks like an older style. Here's a feather. Or maybe it's a leaf. No brand. Oh, I bet that went in the dog. It just fell out. Or whatever, the reindeer. Oh, it just needs to go back in there. And then I have a runaway pearl. I wonder, no, that pearl couldn't have went. Maybe, I don't know. That looks kind of funny with the pearl in the eye. But that definitely is his belly, is what I think. Oh, here's another like scarf clip. Pretty flower. Oh, the pearl popped out of this. Let's see. We'll put this one in crafts as well. No brand, but these are craftsy enough that we'll put those together in a little craftsy jar. Ooh, how pretty is that? No brand on that one. Oh, look at that dog. Oh, how cute. Oh, that one does have a brand. This is an Avon pen, and some listings are saying this is a poodle. Some are saying it's a Yorkie Terrier. And I find that sometimes if I Google it with new in box, NIB, it will bring up the original box that will tell me what it actually is. This is the Pekingese pen from 1972 with green rhinestone eyes. And I'm going to do $12 for this pen. I think these were attached like a chatelaine style and it just needs repair. So I'm going to put these in crafts. I'm just going to put these pieces in here and we'll build if we have any. So if anybody wants to purchase, look at that huge rhinestone. And you can just repair him nicely. He just needs like a little eye. And then this large one with some runaway pearls. Put that in there. And then this chatelaine style that just needs to be reattached. So we'll build on that one. 5-string pearl necklace. Oh yeah. This looks like it's in good shape. Has a little bit of a weight to it as well. But you have your 5 strings and your extender clasp. Let's see, sometimes there's a stamp right here for the maker's mark. No, this one doesn't have one, but there's a really nice weight to this necklace and it's in clean, wearable condition. Ooh, look how fancy. I like those rhinestones. Pink rhinestone bracelet. Just investigating the back. And then, wow. How gorgeous is this rhinestone bracelet? Let's see if all the stones are there. Oh, you know what? There's like maybe one here, one there. But pretty much it looks like almost all the stones are there. And if you wore this, because it's so glitzy and has so much going on, you're not even going to notice. So it has one missing stone and a couple of dead stones. So I'm just going to do $8 on it, given the missing stones and the dead stone. These say 4 men's rings, 10 karat. Here's this one. Let's see what that stone is. We have a diamond. The inside stamped NDJ 10 karat. Let's see what the size is here. We have like a 7.25. I'm not sure, given the size, that this is actually a men's ring. It might be a lady's ring. It's a single diamond and does have kind of an interesting whoosh, is what I want to call it, design on the side of it. I'm going to do $275 for this ring. Let's see about this one. There's another diamond. Those look kind of similar, actually. That also says 10 karat. And that is like a 10 and a half-ish. So this is a 10 karat single diamond vintage men's ring. I'm going to do $285 on this ring. And then, oh, no, I thought it was a band, but it actually has some stones. Also 10 karat. Let's look at these little bitty stones. Yeah. Oh, that's on the metal. That's diamond as well. So it has 3 really tiny diamond chips. I realized in the testing I didn't actually show it going all the way up to diamond, so I rechecked it and it is diamond. And that is a 10.5 as well. The little chips on this ring are so tiny that I'm going to do $125 on this one. And then this is a heavier ring. It says 10K gild. And we're going to test these little stones. Oh yeah, that's also a diamond. Oh yeah, it has 9 little diamonds. And she had told me some of these she tried to clean with baking soda. Baking soda is actually really good if you're cleaning sterling, not so much on gold. And you don't just do like a baking soda. I don't like any of the paste. Sometimes you can get like a sterling paste from the store. I find if I'm cleaning sterling, I line something with aluminum foil, shiny side up. I put some baking soda in there, and then you boil water. And then, you know, put your sterling pieces in there, and then when you pour the water in, it does like this whole foamy reaction, and the sterling cleans really quickly, and you don't get any residue. Gold is actually easier to clean. You just use some dish soap and water, some warm water, and soak it and like kind of shake it around a little bit. And I'll probably take a soft bristle brush and kind of brush, see if I can get some of that baking soda out of there. And costume jewelry is always trickier because, you know, they use so many materials in costume jewelry that you really have to take it case by case. This is a 9.5 to see how to clean each piece. There is a spot of discoloration on the face of this ring on the gold, so I would have it professionally cleaned. This is a 9 diamond 10 karat ring, and I'm going to do $510 on this ring. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a Sarah Coventry. Look at that little tassel. I remember when these were in style. I was a young girl. I think it was the 1970s when this type of chain was in style. Oh yeah, Sarah Coventry. I'll have to look up and see if this particular bracelet with this little tassel has a name and a year. This is the Sarah Coventry Bostonian Classic Tassel Chain Bracelet from 1975. I'm going to do $6 on the Sarah Coventry bracelet. We haven't even put a dent in this box. It's I feel like it's just as full as when I opened it. It is so abundant. Cufflinks. Most cufflinks are costume, but every now and again I come across some sterling cufflinks and even some gold ones. Look at those pretty stones. That's probably glass, but let's see if I can find the mate. I do love when they have kind of this pinpoint of a stone in there as well. I'm going to take a peek at them. Oh, these are cremets. They sure are. They're very beautiful. So this would be something I would maybe put just in like a little warm water just to clean them up a little bit. Let's see what this stone is, if these are real gemstones or not. Cremets is funny because sometimes they'll put things that are real gold and sometimes their stuff is gold filled. No, those are glass. These are unmarked and I suspect they're not, oh yeah. They're real magnetic, but they're beautiful nonetheless. And Cremets had very well-made pieces. These are beautiful cobalt blue glass Cremets cufflinks, and I'm going to do $20 on them. Okay, these two go together. Oh, these were hers. They say Pat. I guess she liked to wear cufflinks. Those are magnetic. So get these for the Pat in your life. I love that she had these engraved. If you'd like Pat's personalized cufflinks, I'm going to do $4 on them. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up for now. There's so much goodness in this box. I'm going to have to pick it up with another video with more gold, more sterling, and fabulous costume pieces, including Sherman. I want to thank Sue so much for sending me this box, and I appreciate you joining me in honoring Pat. And if you see anything you like, 25% goes to her favorite animal charity.